Hi, I'm Kyle Olson. We at EAG News recently purchased a series of teaching guides that an untold number of American schools are using, or will begin using, to teach the new Common Core national standards in math and English. The guides were produced by the Zaner-Bloser Company. We wanted to examine these teaching materials to get a better idea about the values and ideological perspectives that school children will be influenced by. These values and ideologies will have a long-term impact, good or bad, on the way the upcoming generation of Americans thinks and believes. We looked at guides designed to teach literature and writing skills to students in grades 1 through 6. The guides feature different texts promoted and approved by Common Core experts, and they include week-long lessons for each text. This guide is for 4th grade teachers, and it contains texts and lessons that have the common theme of meeting challenges. This particular lesson is based on a book called The Jacket. The Zaner-Bloser folks obviously consider this an important book because they designed a 2-week lesson plan for it. The story centers around a young white boy named Phil, who wrongly accuses an African-American student of stealing his brother's jacket. This is a fun little book about racism and white privilege, a left-wing concept that teaches students the values of an American society are actually designed to benefit white people. The phrase white privilege is never used in the book, and you may be thinking, oh, he's just reading too much into this. Surely Dr. Marguerite Parks from the University of Wisconsin would prove me wrong.
One of the ones that I started using, and actually I now start the class with this book. Do any of you know The Jacket by Andrew Clements? One of the things that I've been teaching multicultural education for about 20 years now. But one of the things that I discover is if you teach it all about the other, then it is always about the other. And for some reason people don't think that white people are part of multicultural education, because if it's multicultural, it's everybody's culture. The Jacket is a book about white privilege. It's a wonderful book about a young white boy who sees a young black kid who's wearing his jacket, so he attacks him. And then he finds out through going out that he thinks he's prejudiced. And he comes home. There's this wonderful scene where he comes home and talks to his mother, because, I mean, if you want an honest book, because part of that's what Jackson was trying to get at, is if we aren't honest in our discussions and we skirt around it, then white people think they can skirt around the issue and don't have to be front on, especially if you're from rural Wisconsin, where you've never talked to a person of color or aren't comfortable talking about these issues. But here's the other telling part. So this goes on. Maybe it's because you're prejudiced too, like me. You don't know it like me. So they end this conversation, and Philip, let's not talk about this to your dad. Why? Because it'll just upset him. That's all. How come? Because I know your father, and it just will. And then there's a scene later on where it does upset his dad. Okay? But so I start with this book because the first thing is they have to understand who they are as whiteness and the white privilege issue.
So now 4th graders are looking into their souls to see their white privilege. This is Common Core inspired social education. To learn more about Common Core, what our students are learning, and how leftists are changing America, visit eagnews.org. I'm Kyle Olson. Thanks for watching.